Live. Are we live? Are we live? Yes, we're live. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. Can you see me? Am I not live? No, I can see me. I'm live here. Ah, there we go. Hello. Testing. Can we? Yes, we can. Oh, wonderful. My lovely little sister just came in to check that I was actually doing everything correct. Thank goodness we have our own built-in tech support here. So, how are we doing today? Howdy, CJ. Hi, Pixie. Hey, Antoine. Hey, Barbara, Oliver, Sean, Catherine. Oh, wow, we got a lot of people. Mwendwa, Josie. Oh, Antoine and Pixie are in two places at once. Hey, Paul. I am alive. This is a good place to be. Welcome back to another creative challenge. Thank you so much for joining me. For anyone who doesn't know me or this is the first time you're joining the stream, my name is Storm. That music is a little loud. I can barely hear myself talk, and that's all I'm going to be doing today. We are going to be starting another new challenge today. I'm doing all beginner challenges in Adobe Illustrator, so don't feel too intimidated if you've never touched the program before. I am going to start you off nice and easy with options for progression. Okay, Pixie can see me now. Hi, Alejandro. I like your name. Hi, Ariane. Doing very well. I hope everyone is doing well as well. I was about to say happy Friday. It's not Friday, it's Tuesday. It's still very early in the week, but that's okay. But before we get started, you know I have to ask you, if you have not already, please go and check out the Creative Challenge. Every single Creative Challenge has their own unique page. The Illustrator one looks like this. You've got one for the what's it called? The animation one, and for Photoshop. Here you can join and you'll receive the new challenge. You can join the community chat, which is on Discord, and you can see a collection of all the challenges we have done so far. And there's the one we're doing today. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, actually. You might not be able to. But that is the one today. It is called There's a Pattern. So, as you probably guessed, we are going over the pattern tool basics. You've just finished work? Hey! Oh, hello, Studio Channel. Very on point name. So, let me explain the challenge to you today. I hope you had a good day at work, Bram. Okie dokie. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be experimenting with the pattern making tool, where we can take simple shapes from a heart and we can start duplicating it and turning it into a pattern, like so. Any minute now. There we go. So that's one, but then we can take it even further and repeat it. And this has lots of applications. There we go. You can kind of see it's kind of mixing in with my background a little bit. But patterns are essentially decorative designs repeated forever. So whatever you decide to come up with, as intricate as the character we've been making over the last couple of weeks, or as simple as a couple of shapes, we can turn them all into patterns. Simple enough, right? Hi, Robert. How are you? I think that's simple enough to get started. Again, like most of the tools that I've been showing you, they are simple to use, and they're surprisingly quite intricate. But I think we'll go over some of the basic fundamentals of using the tool first. Interestingly enough, like a lot of the tools, there are 5 different variations. I'd really say 3, because you'll see what I mean soon. But why don't we hop into Illustrator and I can give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's do that. Okie dokie. Yes, you can see my wonderful blank screen here. If you don't know how to get to this point, go to File, New, and from here you can just choose your document. You can either create a custom width and height, or you can choose from any presets under mobile, web, print, so on and so forth. I tend to work with the square one because it's just kind of simple to work with. So let's pick a design that we're going to repeat, and I'll go over the different types and then we'll have a little bit of fun with it. I'm gonna make a star. Let's make a star. Now, you should be familiar with the shape tool by now if you've been following along with the challenges and how to get the different colors. But if you don't, go back. They're all in the VODs somewhere. Okie dokie. Right. So I'm going to make a couple of stars using the shape tool, and we're going to have a very starry pattern. Why not? Why not? I should have asked everyone what designs I should go with, but this is fine. This is fine. This can be as complicated or as simple as you want. However, for repeating patterns, you're probably going to want to make it a little, you know, not too complicated. Simple is best, and it often reads a lot better just for the eyes when there isn't too much going on. I'm going to go, I'm doing a lot of callbacks to previous challenges now. We're going to go over to the color guide over on the, well, I would say the right, but it's above my face here, to choose a variation on the colors I've got here. So we've got a nice little color theme going on. Let's do some light ones, some dark ones. Oh, that's the color I've already picked. I think we can have another small one here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Get the corner. Get the... It won't give me the corner. Ah. Ah. You know, I might just need to get closer, I think. There it is. Aha. Cannot escape me. There we go. Shortcut to get back to this view, by the way, is Control 0. See, don't say I don't teach you anything. More advanced shortcuts are good. Okie dokie. Now that we've got our set, making a pattern is as simple as grouping. I'm going to add one more over here because there's some dead space. Is clicking and selecting all of your shapes together, going up to Object, Pattern, and Make. And there you have a pattern. But it doesn't stop there. So from here, if I zoom out, you can see, hang on, there we go, it's repeating. As I said, it doesn't stop here. We've got a couple of options we can go from. So you know how I said there are 5 different tile types? I will be totally starstruck. Oh, we've started with the puns already. No, I need a sound, like a soundboard where it goes wah wah whenever someone does that. Although you guys you lot make a lot of puns, so I feel like I'm going to be doing that a lot. So when you make your pattern, if you have a look over to the left hand side, a new dialog box opens called Pattern Options, and from here you can do a lot of things. So you can change the name of it. Always name your thing. So we're going to call it, thanks to Robert, we're going to call it Star. Oh, oh, I saved. We're back. We're going to go and name it Starstruck. Thank you for that, Robert. So now we're going to go to the tile type, and the grid is the one that we're on at the moment. But if you click the arrow, it gives you a couple of options. So you've got brick by row. It's not as easy to see here, but it kind of shifts the arrangement. So you've got brick by row, brick by column, hex by column, and hex by row. And this is going to change depending on the sort of pattern that you have. Side note, my mock-up panel for Illustrator is stuck and never downloads. I was experimenting with that today. I don't use it too much. If someone in the chat has any solutions, please let us know so we can give Dopegasm a hand. Oh, excuse me. So that's just one option we have. From there, you can also customize your pattern shape, height, and width. So this blue bounding box is where your pattern lives. You can either size tile to chart. If you click this pattern tile tool, you can move the shape more manually yourself. So what is in that square is now part of the pattern, but I kind of want everything to be part of the pattern, so everything's in there. You can change the H spacing and the V spacing. Now what that means is basically changing how close things are horizontally and vertically. So if I want a bit of space in between before it starts looping again, I can just put in a number value. So let's do 30 so you can really, no, maybe 100 so you can really see it. So now it started to give itself a bit more space before it starts looping again. And if you really want to see what it looks like at a grander scale, let's say, towards the bottom you have copies. So I'm going to do like a 7x5 and it just repeats the pattern over and over again. Which is pretty cool. Again, very simple but very effective. Now, it doesn't just stop there, believe it or not. I know, so much to do. So we're going to finish this off. Now, anytime you're done with a pattern design, can you see just up here? You can save a copy, done, cancel. As soon as you hit done, I can delete this now. Because look, you can't really see it. It's very small, but if I'm hovering over it, it says Starstruck here. Now it gets added to your swatches panel. So what it means I can do is grab a shape. Let's say the rectangle tool. Draw this out. And now if I select the swatch, there's your pattern. And you can do this with pretty much any shape. Say I choose the ellipse tool, and because I've got the swatch selected, it's going to draw out my pattern in that shape. And that can be applied to so many things. Honestly, I think this is so cool. Is it just me? I think it's really cool. And that is a really easy way of starting to create patterns. Now, if you've decided you've made your pattern and you want to go and change something, fear not, because you can go back in at any point to edit your pattern, and that you can do that by double clicking on that swatch where your pattern is stored. You double click it, your pattern options come back up again, and then you can go and tweak it. Maybe there's too much white space, so I want to add another star here. And you can see if I change the color to blue, that's automatically updated in real time for the rest of the looping pattern. So you can just do this and make it as complicated or as simple as you want, and you can see what that would look like. Have you got two screens? Hopefully we're finding a solution for Lawrence there. Not for Lawrence, for Dopegasm. Thank you, Lawrence. I hope we're able to give them a hand. So that's the basics of how to get that started. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a bonus. This isn't quite the pattern tool, but this does give you a chance to mess with looping patterns and looping designs. So you remember on the example where I showed you, oops, let me not do that just yet, where I showed you the looping character. Now you can't necessarily do this with the pattern tool, but you can do this with the repeat tool. So that's what we're going to experiment with just a little bit as a bonus, because this is what it would look like if I made it as a pattern tool. You can see if I double click here, that's what it looks like. I've got it as a grid, no spacing in between, and I mean, who doesn't want hundreds of vector Stormies on things? I mean, honestly, if you say not you, you would be lying. So let's start with a solo version of Stormy here. And if we go to object, repeat, oh, I have to have it selected first, object, and then repeat, we've got a couple of options. So this is a bonus, okay, slightly different from the pattern tool, but I'm feeling generous today, so we're gonna play a little bit with this. So what happens if we go to the radial? That's kind of trippy, actually. I quite like that. As the name suggests, it loops whatever you've got in a radial design. Same thing if we were going to do this in the, let's go play with another one. Object, repeat, grid. So you've got this one again. The name is pretty self-explanatory, and then we go to object, repeat, and then mirror. So we can make that's actually kind of cool. Not what I want though, but it will mirror your design. So if you have a long sort of snaking design, you can just mirror it and get completely well, perfectly symmetrical design, which has its applications too. So let's experiment a little bit more with the radial ones, because again, it doesn't stop there. You have lots and lots of options. So if we go back to the radial one, if you head over to, when you click on it, the radial repeat should come up on your top toolbar over here. And from here, you can actually choose how many number of instances it calls it. It's basically the number of times it repeats. So far I've got 8, but I can up that to 10, to too many basically, or you can lower it either with the arrow or with putting in your own number, which is pretty cool. The artwork is so cute. Oh, thank you. I was pretty proud of myself for that one. I don't usually do cute things, but when I do, I try to channel my little sister. So here's another useful tip. If you see here, there's kind of like these little half moons. If you click and drag, it gives you a starting and a stopping point. So a practical application for this is, imagine you're doing a sunflower or something and you don't want the petals all the way around. You can stop it halfway, but then with the radial tool, one petal will be perfectly mirrored. Well, not mirrored, it would be the exact same petal all the way around, so you have a nice symmetry going with it. Oh, hello, Miss Melanie. How are you? Good morning from LA. I haven't been to LA in years. I feel like I am due another visit. Any excuse for me to go traveling, to be honest with you. Okay, so now we are going to go all the way back. And we're going to experiment with the grid design. No, not pattern. Object. Repeat. There we go. And grid. Now the grid, you'd think it's kind of similar to the pattern. It's a little bit different. So once you've got this, the dialog option box changes again. You've got arrows up here where you can click and drag to increase the instances of the loop again. That's horizontally. And then you've got vertically as well. But then you can also do things like change its bounding box. So the points with the large rectangles on the end give you your limit, which you could, wow, that's too many. Far too many. Actually too many storms. I never thought I'd say it. And then you can start doing things like this, which again, other applications as well, but from this point you can still turn it into a pattern if you want. Thank you. Robert does give a good idea there. If you do have any questions, we do have a great and active Discord server, so please feel free to drop anything over there and someone will be able to help you. Now, with that said and done, your challenge is to create a pattern that you can use on pretty much anything. T-shirts, cups, cushions. I'm going to show you a couple of examples that I did, which I think you'll like. But does anyone have any questions? I think that's a pretty easy way of working with patterns. It sounds like it's quite complicated, but from that point you can do a lot. Oh, thank you, Lawrence. That is not too bad at all. Oh, before I show you the little extras that I have, I need to remind you that Friday there is a recap for the challenges with Pixie Pew, myself, and Alexis. So if you have been following any of our challenges, make sure you tune in on Friday. They are scheduled on the Adobe Live YouTube channel. So if you have been following along with the challenges, and I have seen some of you posting in the Discord, thank you so much. You've been doing really well. I'm impressed. What a lot of us will do, we'll be showing them on stream and we'll talk through them, maybe have a bit of a recap of everything that we did, any questions you have. Thanks for this. I remember this feature in XD. Oh, hey. That's a throwback. Hi from Huntsville, Alabama. That is a place I have not been to. Do you have good food? I'm finding new places to go to. Good luck, Dopegasm. I've got all my fingers crossed for you. It's a fun Friday. It will be a very fun Friday. You have a lot coming for you. That's all on the same day, actually. Yeah, and the streams will, I think they'll be about an hour long, so you'll have plenty of time to get any questions in, experiment. I think the starter files will still be up. So, Huntsville has good food? Well, then I know where I'm visiting next. Oops. I actually really like the this pattern function. Actually a while ago I made a series of pasta because I'm always talking about food that we turned into a bunch of patterns as well, which would have been good on like a t-shirt or a plate maybe. I don't know. Outstanding food? Okay then. That's two people telling me. Any pointers for upcoming creative patterns outside for coming up with creative patterns outside of logo or submarks? How do you mean outside of patterns or... Well, essentially, like we said in the beginning of the stream, a pattern is just a decorative design repeated. So it could be a series of lines. It could be a character looped in multiple different ways. It doesn't have to follow the traditional sense. Oh, thanks, Dopegasm. That's very sweet of you. Oh, I know I am running out of time, so I need to make sure I show you lot some possible applications because it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Why not? Why not? The time just goes so quickly. So quickly. Now, because I know who wouldn't want a Stormy mug, these are ideas that you could use your patterns for. A Stormy mug. A cushion. Who wouldn't want that in their house? This is what you can use your patterns for, right? A t-shirt. Would you not want to be cool and wear like 20 mini Stormies or whatever your design is? I'm just saying. See, look how cool they look. Obviously, this is just a little bit of fun, but this is how you can use whatever pattern designs you come up with. Go find a mock-up website, or you could do this sort of thing in Illustrator or Photoshop yourselves and have fun and see what sort of applications you can have for your own pattern designs. Of course, like always, I have created a cheat sheet for you, which will be in your starter files, which goes over the basics of how to use the pattern tool. A response from the YouTube chat, absolutely. Isis says patterns can be made out of anything really, dots, lines, shapes, items, characters, and a mixture of any of them. It's whatever you want. I made them out of my character. We started with stars. Have fun, experiment, and see what you like. Art is completely subjective. It is entirely up to you, and I hope you have so much fun with it. Hi, Vickers. Can be any way than fun with Cody, Val, Alexis, Storm, Pixie, Ryan the same day. You guys are in for a treat. Well, that is about me done for today, I think. Oh, thank you so much, Barbara. That means a lot. Well, you've got some more streams coming up after me. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope that was helpful and I hope it was fun. Make sure you post your challenges in the Discord. I will be checking them out, and I will see you on Friday. Thanks. See you later. Bye.